this brings me to how to measure your capacity in whatever season that you're in right now. And you remember, you can't evaluate it based on where you've been, and you can't evaluate it on where you're going. You only have today to really look at. So you have to know where your capacity for the day is. And I want to bring to you a way of looking at this. This woman named Christine, if I say her name right, I hope so, Miserandino. And in 2003, she introduced something called the spoon theory. And I've been looking at the spoon theory lately, and it's so fascinating because it's so true. It's just a really easy visual to measure your daily capacity. So she was trying to explain what it was like living with lupus to a friend. And so I've had to try to explain what it's like living with a thyroid, and also Epstein-Barr virus is something that I have dealt with many times in my adult life that has flattened me a few times, and I've had to reevaluate what I can handle in a season. And to try to explain that to someone and where you're at can be very difficult because you have to sometimes explain where you're at a little bit so you can frame expectations. So they were sitting at a diner, and she grabbed some spoons from a nearby table, and she used those spoons as a visual. And this is where the theory came from. So each spoon represented a unit of available energy. These are simple activities that many people can take for granted: getting dressed, driving, making dinner, attending a social event. Each one of these things costs a spoon. And some of these things can cost more than one spoon. So when you're looking at your energy management overall, how many spoons does it cost to do this activity? And so this idea has been widely adopted throughout chronic illness circles and disability communities because it gives people language for something that is really difficult to explain. So if I have 10 spoons available to me today, and laundry takes 3 of my spoons, and dishes takes 1 of my spoons. If I have to choose between laundry and dishes, should I choose laundry or dishes based on how many spoons I have for that day, which would be 10? 10's a good amount of spoons. I'm going to choose dishes so that I can lay that 1 spoon in, and at the end of the day, how many spoons do I have left, right? So what is realistic for you? And different activities have different amounts of spoons that it costs. So we use money for exchange with products and goods, and like an orange cost $1.50 a pound, where cucumbers cost 99 cents a pound, or whatever it is. Those are not accurate numbers, but whatever it is. In your energy audit, you are looking at how many spoons, quote unquote, does it cost to do that activity. So when you're evaluated on that scale of 1 to 10, how much energy it gives, is it neutral or does it drain you? And how many spoons does it cost you to do that? So if you are dealing with something like chronic illness or a season of life, maybe you're going through a divorce that's just taking from you. Maybe you have small kids at home like I do, and you just don't have capacity for all the social events and all the things that you have to do because your kids get that attention right now. And you have to know what life is doing in that season during your audit. So step 4 is to spend these spoons intentionally. What gets your best energy? What can be simplified? What can be released? You get to decide, but you need to decide with intention and purpose. This decision will be made for you if you don't make it. So when you take this energy audit and you're looking at things, make yourself a cheat sheet. Make yourself a little list, maybe a grid. And in the workbook, I have a grid for you so you can look at the grid to see, check here, 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 where it's feeling for you. So when you can find that place, and it's not about balance, right? So it's about finding the flow. So what is working for you right now? What do you need today? What are my top 3 priorities today? And if I can do more, great. And if I can't, okay. What is the minimum today? What is the minimum thing that I need to do to move the dial forward in my life? So, and then you lead from the overflow of this new place of living based on your energy output and input instead of just time management. And this is how you can stay consistent for the long haul. This is how, when life be lifing, we can still be consistent because we've defined this for ourselves.